What's good, everybody? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to those who are watching the live replay. Welcome to Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I'm Mrs. Best. We have our co-host here, James, from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. We are here to go over Debs House. Lord, this show is doing well. I appreciate everybody who watched, gave the video a like. Feel free to comment your opinions, so on and so forth. I appreciate all of you guys, including the replay gang. So let's get on into it. I like this show so far. I'm not mad at it. It's different. It's refreshing. I just like it thus far. 2 for 2. How do you feel thus far about the show?
I agree. At first, because the first episode was kind of a little all over the place because you can kind of see and grasp the concept that she was going for, and it seemed to me it like reminded me of like a Flavor of Love-ish kind of situation where they're not here for love, they're here for music. But this episode actually kind of broke it down just a little more, and we got to see a little bit more a vulnerable part of the ladies, and I think that was brilliant. So I'm liking the show even more as the episodes, go for it. There's still a lot of drama that, is enjoyable, but for the most part, I do like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But the type of drama it is not as toxic as the drama you would get on, other things. So I can appreciate it. So the last time we left off on episode 1, we saw that Billboard Baby and Rocky were having an issue. In my opinion, Billboard Baby was just a little bit too excited. She was way too rambunctious about being in this house, in my opinion, and it got on everybody's nerves. Rocky is somebody who they have concerns about, who will hit somebody just because of, her demeanor, the fact she got charges, all these crazy things. So Deb basically put both of the ladies out. She was going to eliminate them both. And Rocky must have lost her mind on Miss Deb. She called Miss Deb fake and said that it doesn't make sense for her to be asked not to fight, then she does not fight, and she's still put home. She stood up for herself, which I kind of agreed with as well. And Rocky also continues her point to say to Miss Deb, you also told us to be ourselves, and it's extremely unrealistic for women to be in a house together and not fight. Listen, I agreed with that. Okay, I agreed with that. I just agree. I don't consider myself to be difficult or messy. Most of the people who know me do not consider me to be that. But at the same time, I'll never forget going on a girls' trip with my best friend, and it was like 5 other chicks. When I tell you, we must have each day one of us got into it with each other. We still have fun and stuff, but I just feel like when you put women together, maybe it's the estrogen or the progesterone, chicks be getting into it. So I did agree with that. I feel like that's unrealistic. Y'all want a show at the end of the day too. So that they expect them to fight. So Ms. Deb does not like that she's called fake. And Rocky does take back calling her fake. But she says that she feels judged also because of her case. She says that they saw that she has assault cases and they judged her on that off the bat. They didn't even try to get to know her. She says that she felt like she was labeled a problem before she made a problem. Here's the thing. Rocky may be aggressive, but I agreed with everything that she said. Because you bringing up my assault cases and all of that, at the end of the day, she has not been tried and convicted. She is innocent until proven guilty. Who the hell are you to judge her for something that she has not actually been proven guilty of? Number one. Number two, just because people come from rough neighborhoods and stuff and is aggressive, don't mean that aggression is always going to get in the way. You got to give people an opportunity to prove themselves to some extent. You just do. Life is about taking risks. So that's how I felt. How did you feel about all that Rocky said to Miss Deb going on?
It was definitely warranted. I agree with you. I feel like I'm happy she actually stood up because we know on behind the scenes, we're not breaking the fourth wall, but the producers that told them to start drama and get irritated and do the most and be rambunctious because they know that shit sells. So I absolutely agreed with her, and I don't know why Deb was coming up in there acting brand new, which is why, and she know the game too. That's why she didn't get mad at her because she knows the game. So yeah, it was definitely. I was happy that she stood up for herself as well. What I will say is that I wish she would learn how to channel the anger a little bit more because for me, even though they brought up your assault cases, production told her to do that. So I think for that placement right there, the same way they tell y'all to argue with each other, fight with each other in the house, you have to understand they're plotting you and they're knowing that you're a hothead and seeing the fact that you're playing into that. You lucky Deb is the lady that she is, because if she was somebody else, you would have went home and fondled your talent, which we clearly see that you have when you get to the next scene. So I just feel like
It
she
bothers me though a little bit. This whole episode, I'm gonna have the complaint that I feel like to some extent they did try to take advantage of the vulnerability of these women and where they're at in their careers. Because I was bothered by the fact that, like, okay, Rocky throughout the episode, we'll see her like, okay, I'm not gonna hit that bitch. I'm not gonna do this. Like, when you are fighting an assault case, the last thing you need to do is be on camera of a television show, literally having to talk yourself out of smacking somebody. You just making yourself look guilty to your own case. Uh, but I digress with that. But Deb does respect Rocky for, standing up to her, which Miss Deb like difficult people.
she
Uh,
do. Yep.
this is what she does, Johnny
Yep.
Blaze. I
Hmm.
mean, she loved difficult people who are just broken and need therapy. This is
Yes.
what Miss Deb is attracted to. Um,
Because she knows she can easily manipulate them. That's
yeah,
why she that's
yeah,
why she does that. She knows that those kind of people, they look up to the influence. You have a successful son. You are part responsible for Nicki Minaj's success. So of course they're looking at you as the opportunity of a lifetime because of the success that your resume has. But at the same time, that's a very evil game to play
yeah.
because then you can be, labeled as like a devil in these ladies, in their demise.
Listen, this shit, to some extent, she's showing her hand. I did say episode one, this Miss Deb is extremely controversial. I've noticed people even either love her or hate her and nothing in between. Uh, it's hard. She has a rap show with a bunch of women. She says she don't want them to rap about sex or their coochies and stuff. I just wonder if she say the same thing to male rappers. That's all I'm saying. I just wonder if she say the same thing because men are quick
Well,
to rap
I
about
don't listen to Waka's music, so I don't know if he over there talking about his song or not. But I just know, you
mostly
know.
street shit. Walker.
Okay, okay. Well, then I don't know what she's really looking for then, because that's all that is selling today. And at the end of the day, you don't want to be a rapper and be broke. So I mean, I get what she's saying. I'm not disputing that, but what I'm also saying is like, look, at the end of the day, that's what these kids want. These kids is nasty these days. So, unfortunately, until we surpass another generation, it's just going to be like this until now because it's what's selling. That's what kids like. They want to eat the booty like the groceries and all the other,
Nasty
things that you
stuff.
see. Yeah, the nasty stuff. That's what they want.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah,
separate for that, I just feel like, men rap about it, women rap about it. As long as they're rapping about other stuff and not just that one subject, I don't see the problem with it. But moving on, you guys, Rocky, I feel like she made good points. Miss Deb is like, okay, the girls can stay if they have a rap battle. But before we get to that, Rocky has to understand something. She made a lot of good points, but baby girl, I'm from the hood too. I went through a phase of fighting and getting into trouble, getting arrested, all types of stuff. But you don't get rewarded for not fighting. You don't get rewarded for doing the right thing. People do the right thing every day. They're not getting rewards. The reward is to
hmm,
be free. That's the reward.
yeah.
So I hope that she learns, like, when you're away from this show, you still have to conduct yourself a certain way to make it in the industry. See, her mouth and her being able to speak up makes me think that she can survive the music industry, which is hard on women, but she has to learn how to tame her want and will to snatch somebody up when they try her, because you're not going to get rewarded all the time for not doing that. So that's just the point I want to.
Also, it's women like her, or I must say people. I'm not gonna say women like, but people like them that stay in their same hood and talk about. I know we ain't got there yet, but talk about how they gonna end up dead or in the streets. Y'all have to be willing to leave that behind
Yeah.
in order to get to the success that you have, which means you have to leave your hometown. go to, you know, LA, New York, Atlanta, wherever it is that you need to be, and leave that behind you, because that's not going to get you anywhere if you're going to continue to be in those elements that could take you to that point, because all of that is life ending at the end of the day, whether if it's prison or death, it's all life ending.
Mhm.
So for her, because I know somebody from her same, like, not her area, but I know somebody who had to leave that area, take speech therapy, take counseling classes in order to really get out of there. You have to leave your mentality behind. That's what's in your way.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's something that all people from the hood to some extent have in common. Like, you got to get used to it's okay to go back sometimes, but
Hmm.
sometimes should be like, in my opinion, 1 to 3 times a year.
Thanks,
You need to be
Thanksgiving,
back there.
Christmas, to
Yeah,
go
not
see mom.
like not too often, but you gotta get
Hmm.
away. Environment, I encourage everybody to just Google environmental psychology. It is an actual thing. Our environment impacts almost everything we do, from behaviors to feelings to personality traits.
Yes,
But
yes, yes,
move it
yes.
all, y'all. The rap battle. Miss Deb has the ladies do a rap battle, which I felt like was fair after they did all that hooping and hollering. And really, that was Rocky that made that happen.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because she had a point. This girl was in there wreaking havoc on everybody in the house, and she's the one with the smallest temper, it seemed. And I can't blame her because Billboard Baby was getting on my nerves through the TV too, y'all. So they battle, mind you. I love battle rap. My husband loves battle rap. We love battle rap. He pays the little subscription, the URL, and all of that. We watch it. So I enjoy the fact that Miss Deb did this, but Rocky ate her ass up. Billboard Baby. Yeah, she spit some stuff, but it was kind of like corny and more so just stuff that
To
rhymed.
me,
Like, Rocky
oh,
ate her up.
yeah, to me, well, both of them were lazy as far as I mean, Rocky got up there after a while. It took her a minute to catch her bearings, and then she eventually got there. But as far as Billboard Baby, that's her name. What, Billboard something? She's just lazy. At the end of the day, she's lazy, and you could tell that, yes, she does rap, but you could tell by her being so pretty that that got her out of a lot of different things. And what makes this situation different is these are all women allegedly straight and not really going. They're going to look beyond all of that, and you gonna
I
actually
think
put the
that
work in.
because she was signed to LL, I think
Hmm.
that got to her head. And yes, there's other people like Big Molly here who was signed to CMG, and a couple of these ladies have been signed to labels at one point and had like a good wave. But Billboard Baby just give me the type that she's the one that lets it get to her head, if that makes sense. And it's just she's just too much. She lost the rap battle. And number one rule in a rap battle, yeah, people are getting your face, like rap right in your face. The spit may touch your face, all types of stuff. They'll follow you around. That's standard like battleground for rap battles, y'all. That's just what it is. So that was normal how they was moving, getting up in each other's faces, aggressive. That's the art of rap battle. But they don't usually touch each other like that. Like here and there, even when we're watching URL, like sometimes fights do break out. It's very rare because there's always a hothead. But for the most part, like the rule is you don't just touch people. When Billboard Baby took her hand and put her hand onto the face of Rocky, not just on her face, but over her mouth. Do you understand your hands are the dirtiest things even after you wash them? That's why we're supposed to wash them so often. And then this is a rap battle. You're not supposed to stop her from rapping just because she eating you up, cooking you for dinner. Like that's not what you're supposed to do. I say, listen, Rocky, I would have hit her. So you get kudos to you, girl. I would have smacked her, snatched her up, pulled out an eyelash, something. But she did not smack her. So I was actually impressed. But this is the thing that pretty much seals it in the deal that Billboard Baby is gone. Because everybody felt like she was wrong for doing that. That just goes against the rules.
Hmm.
Look, listen, we can't even. James is just like, yup. Why? Because why? Why
Yeah,
would you touch somebody's face of all things?
I just feel like for me, it was more so like it was like you couldn't win. So the best thing you could do is just physically not really assault her, well, which that really was, but you had to cover her mouth as like a form of disrespect because you knew you couldn't top her.
Mm.
It's like that's how I know you really a lazy. Like to me, she's a lazy rapper. She just is. She's lazy.
I think she is too. I wasn't impressed with her audition that much, to be honest. She had energy, but not bars. That's just her personality to me was more than her actual bars. Um, but she gets sent home. She gets sent home. We see Soraya J, the mentor. She just kind of gets thrown in there, and she's basically explaining to Billboard, baby, like your behavior is not okay, especially in a battle. Like you lost, and that's what it is. So they have her pack her bags, and in my opinion, Billboard baby struggles to admit her wrongs, but she wasn't salty about leaving. But here's where she embarrassed herself. She goes up to Miss Deb crying. And I think she went up to Miss Deb crying and stuff, hoping that she would let her back in the house. Personally, it didn't seem genuine to me. And I feel like Miss Deb sensed it too because she went and took the microphone and she still had to go. I'm not upset that Billboard Baby is gone. If you are, comment. I would love to hear who's upset, like why y'all feel that she's upset. I'm talking to the audience, but I have a feeling me and James are not upset that she is gone.
Nope.
Yes, we wish her the best in all that she does. Uh, Anywho, y'all. So moving on, the ladies are sporting Dank to lose weight. I love that Dank isn't on here just making every single thing about the weight. And I love that the ladies are not being cruel or bullies and going the easy route of just talking about her weight. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And I want her to keep walking up them stairs. Stay healthy. Why not? Not just for looking good, but for your health. Health is wealth, y'all. So we end up learning a little bit about some of the ladies. And the only thing that stood out to me was the fact that Queen Izzy quit her job as a flight attendant to come on the show. And the reason that threw me is I'm like, girl, why didn't you just take a leave of absence? Why did you like quit your
I
actual
was just
job?
gonna say because like being a flight attendant, depending on how long she's been one, she can pick her own schedule.
Hmm.
So unless you work from one of the airlines that don't allow that, but that's the reason like three of my friends became flight attendants because they wanted to be able to turn up on like at the club on certain days. And with a flight attendant, most of the time you only work in between 14 to 18 shifts a month anyway. So yeah, it was weird because if that's her situation, she could have easily worked that out where she worked 14 shifts straight and then did the show and then did the next 14. So I don't know. Maybe there's something more to it. Maybe she's a
There
new flight.
has to be something more that she's not telling us, but I found that to be very strange. And it looks like you did too. Uh,
Yeah.
So Miss Deb calls Hot Chalk because she's like, dang, Billboard Baby gone already. I need to replace this girl. So she calls Hot Chalk, who is a young lady we saw in the and during the audition process. I really wanted Hot Chalk to win. I felt like she could really rap, but she fumbled, which happens sometimes. So she gets to come back into the house. I'm okay with that. Now, Hot Chalk and Rocky have history, and we didn't really know too much from it. But it turns out that Hot Chalk wanted to reach out to Rocky because they are both the hardest female rappers in Philly. She reached out to her for a feature. I guess nobody like they didn't interact with each other and the feature never happened. Now there's some sort of bad blood. Uh I don't like that they got into it. I'm not even going to dissect the whole argument and all that extra stuff. I just don't like that they got into it. Y'all from the same city. Come on. Y'all from the same city. You should be rooting each other on and hoping one of you, the two of you, wins. But instead, y'all want to argue over something stupid. Over something stupid. Now, at the end of the day, they both in the same place on the same level. You're both on Deb's house. So I'm just like, why are y'all arguing? I don't understand it. I don't
You know
understand.
what made me mad about her and the argument to me, it there's more history there than they want us to know about it. Like I just feel like there's more history. I don't know if it was she snubbed a deal off the or something, or somebody promised to like her something and then she gave it to and then they gave it to her. It's something to that extent. Like there's something deeper here because that was a lot. It was like literally they were walking up the stairs and they were exchanging words, and then it turned into "you ugly, you this, you that, bitch. I'll beat your ass." And I was like, "Well, then how did we get here?"
Right. Argument not even making sense.
Yeah, like y'all were literally just having a conversation, and then the conversation turned into a whole bunch of something. And I was like, I had to rewind that because I was like, wait, did I miss something? Did she say something? Did I was lost, y'all? I was like, well, damn, is that serious? Okay, like, oh, they really finna be at it. So hopefully more of that story comes out because I want to know. I want to know, like, in terms, how did we get here? What happened in 2018? Are we going to cover that? Are y'all going to be honest? What is going on here?
Mm.
Just asking. I'm curious. Minds wants to know. Yeah, I'm just saying. But yes, hey guys, I am so sorry. I have family in town and I can hear them. They're loud and I have to go and entertain. So I am going to dismiss myself, Mrs. Best. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. Thank you for being here.
Of course. And I will see you guys on her channel Tuesday for Real Housewives of New Jersey. So I'll see you guys then.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Um, all right, guys. So the next thing we see is Soraya J comes to the house and she basically lets the ladies know that they have 30 minutes to get performance ready. And Miss Deb is going to be there in 30 minutes so that, they can allegedly perform. That's what the ladies think. So it turns out what Miss Deb has going on is the title of this episode, Blank Canvas. She says that this is something that they used to do back in the day when it came to music so that you could really like get to know the artist. Okay, Miss Deb, I don't remember that. I just don't, but okay, Miss Deb. Now we see Big Molly take everything off. Honeybee takes everything off, pretty much still the same, comfortable in her skin. Queen Izzy was the same. She's comfortable in her skin and her music has no alter ego. Her actual name is Islamia, which is Arabic. My government name, y'all, fun fact, is Amina, which is Arabic. I also grew up Muslim, um, and it does mean queen. So she just took Izzy and Queen and made it her own. So she has no alter ego, which I actually respect. Shout out to my husband, Mr. Oso Best, because he's somebody who does music who doesn't have an alter ego. He is what you hear. Anywho, moving on to the next artist, Hot Shot. She moved me to tears. She really did move me to tears. Now she breaks down when having to, take everything off and, says that when she was 8, she was molested, and when that happened, it made her aggressive, especially when someone tried to harm her sister. It was very similar to my own story. I just felt her pain. You could tell that she was extremely genuine. So blessings to her. Blessings to her. She got my little heart, y'all. She got my little heart. Moving on. I want to know why they cut her weave out though. Are they going to put their weaves back in? Because they sent them back to the house looking a hot mess. And I'm just wondering if they're going to put their weaves back in and get them done up. Like, I need to know what's going on in real time. Because I didn't like that she had them just cutting, taking people's hair out. Like, the wig's not a big deal, but the weave, like, come on now. So Rocky comes, and her backstory was hard as well. She grew up in North Philly, but she was in foster care, going from house to house, struggled to understand why family didn't care about her and whatnot. They also had her take half of her weave out. Then we see who Camille. She took out her teeth. I don't know why she took out her teeth. Nobody asked her to. We wouldn't have known. But she said something that I think was very important, and she said that this was like Miss Deb's like weird bonding haze ritual. And I will get back into that comment in a moment. So lastly, we see Dank. She goes next, and Dank comes and she's like, listen, I'm just ready to rap. I'm going to get straight to rapping, and that's just what I'm going to do. I'm not mad at Dank for that at all. But now going back to the comment that who Camille made, I did feel like this was just like entirely unnecessary. If y'all get my gist, like I didn't feel like these ladies had to strip down and take off their makeup and all of their hair and stuff just for you to get to know the real one. You could have like sat them and met with them individually and like really got their story. And then Miss Deb, they said that a bunch of women wouldn't do this. Like it just seemed like something Miss Deb did to have like a touch of power to me. I respect all of these ladies. I think they're all talented, including Billboard Baby. Um, and I didn't feel like we needed all of that to get to know them. But I understand the message that she was trying to send. And overall, I did feel like it made the episode positive. I love that. I think too often we see chicks bent over, twerking, rap about who they got, who they gonna have, and who they, who in between. So it was nice to definitely see something more positive. I will definitely say that. But that pretty much, y'all, is the recap of season 1, episode 2, Blank Canvas of Debs House. We will be back again next Saturday to recap season or episode 3. I'm enjoying the show so far. I love it. If you are somebody who likes music or raps, female rapper or not, if you're an independent artist, someone who's upcoming, tap in. I do music reviews, music reactions. We do artist interviews live on IG, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, variety of platforms. So all are welcome, you guys. What we're going to do to end this lives is play an independent artist, Also Best. We're going to watch a music video of his that just came out. And I love and appreciate all of y'all. So enjoy the song Modus Operandi, Also Best, and Mo Bands, 2 California artists. I will see you guys next time. Let's get into it.
I'm the dopest, bro. Only suckers and clowns can't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm above. I'm beyond what they think. You know, you go back and listen to all my old stuff. You listen to my new slaps right now. Rule of thumb, you understand. I'm the epitome of mom.
I would be thy name with a little good toe. Fuck the corporation, not a slave, no toe. We went to school together, that don't mean that you know me. Please don't call me brother, I am not your home. Just like the BB Hills, all your niggas that phone. As real as they come, when I die, don't clone. My modus operandi is to keep it a buck. I need baby over here, would you not give a fuck? Shady hated where I met her, gave her dick, that's what I fed her. More the hood, the more the better. True. If she get the upper hand with the brick in her hand, then I think I'm gonna let her. True. If you rap in a hood, throw your shit up like you got something to prove. I got my index damn big into the sky. Funk time till I tie you fools.
Modus operandi, this is just how we do things. How we do things. Modus operandi, this is just how we do things. How we do it in the hood. Modus operandi, this is just how we do things. How we do things. Modus operandi, this is just how we do things. Oh no.
Pillow talking on the net, finna get smoked. Why you flexing 20s, that is not choke. I'm a O-so, posted up in the O. I'm in the land, touchdown with like 20 bows. 5% on the whip, birdie flip bricks. Running up a bag so I never trip. And you broke, so you steady hitting like a bitch. And they fucking with a kid, money coming quick. They ain't get no money on my ops hoes. How you live at home and you still broke? Couple sticks in the whip, so I ride slow. I'm in the bitty smoking blunts till my eyes close. Trap phone buzzing like a housefly. You not in the streets, you a housewife. If I was broke too, then I would hate my life. You was not my brother, bitch, I know you won't slide.
Modus operandi, this is just how we do things. How we do things. Modus operandi, this is just how we do things. How we do it in the hood. Modus operandi, this is just how we do things. How we do things. Modus operandi, this is just how we do things. Oh no.